Hey guys, welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. It is Sunday. I hope everybody had a good week, and I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Tonight, if it's your first time here, thanks for dropping in and hanging out with me for a little bit. I share missing persons, cold cases, and true crime in the news. Tonight, I managed to put together some more weird crimes committed by some very dumb criminals. I haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks, so I thought it'd be fun to take a look at tonight and have a little bit of fun with. Um, if it is like I said, if it is your first time here, please consider subscribing if you're interested in true crime. Hit the notification bell to all so you won't miss any new videos that I upload. I try to upload 2 to 3 times a week. Mondays, definitely Mondays and Fridays, and sometimes on Wednesdays, and sometimes on Sundays. But first, I always, before we get started with our dumb criminals, I always feature a missing person of the night. And there we go. This information comes from neverforgottenar.org, which is the Arkansas Missing Persons Database. And tonight's featured missing person is Gregory Eugene Curtis. He is just 15 years old. He is a white male, 5'5", 140 pounds, with green eyes and brown hair. He went missing on September 14th of this year, so a little less than a week or so ago, week and a half. And he went missing from Benton, Arkansas. So if you have any information about Gregory or his disappearance, please contact the Benton Police Department at 501-776-5948. And as always, I will put the link to this information in the description box. I encourage you, please share it anywhere and everywhere you can to help get this information out quickly to as many people as possible. All right, so now we will get into the fun part. If I can get my slides to work. There we go. Like I said, tonight I managed to, earlier today, I managed to muddle together some weird crimes committed by some dumb criminals, which we all know there's no shortage of. So we're going to take a look at that. And please don't hesitate to leave comments on any of these stories. Just always be respectful of each other. That's all I ask. Play nice, and we'll all get along, and it'll be hunky-dory. All right, so we'll see what we got first. All right, this one. And I don't mean to, I'm not making fun of anybody by any means, but like the caption says, there's so much going on here. So we have Barry Larry Terry, first of all. And apparently he was arrested for unlawful possession of a wild raccoon. So I would love to know the story behind that, or maybe not, I don't know. And also for having no headlamp on a bicycle. So you can see Mr. Barry Larry Terry there. I wonder what the penalty is for unlawful possession of a wild raccoon. Because we have lots of wild raccoons out here where I live. I don't necessarily possess them, but they just, kind of run around out in the yard. Along with all the other critters. But anyway. So Mr. Barry Larry Terry. All right. Next we have, and I put this one in here. There's not a lot of information to this, but this just reminded me of something else. So apparently a Tennessee man was arrested after throwing a biscuit really hard at his ex-girlfriend's face. So Jeffrey Tomerlin, 45, was arrested after allegedly throwing a biscuit at his ex-girlfriend. Now, I didn't read the whole article to this to find out why he threw the biscuit at her in the first place. But when I just read the headline, it reminded me, some of you, and I don't know if these restaurants are all over or just in like the southeast area where I am, but there's a restaurant called Lambert's, and they serve like home cooking, but they serve rolls, and when they serve them, they throw them at you or throw them to you. Um, and I have been hit in the face a couple of times with some of the thrown rolls, as they call. Didn't necessarily hurt that much, but like I said, just when I saw the headline for this, Lambert's and the roll throwing immediately came to mind. So if any of you have ever heard of Lambert's or been to a Lambert's and experienced having rolls thrown at you, please let me know in the comments. All right. Okay, and so I forgot to say it first, but on a lot of these stories, there's going to be a couple of themes going on. So let's see if you can figure out the some of the themes that are going on in these stories. So next we have from Florida, of course. Florida woman stabs boyfriend for farting on her. Well, I can't say as I I don't condone violence, but I wouldn't want anybody farting on me. But anyway, so on Tuesday, a 37-year-old woman threw an 8-inch kitchen knife at her boyfriend after he purposely, I love how they put this, crop dusted her on his way to the kitchen. The Huffington Post requested the arrest report of Deborah Ann Burns, in which we learn the woman admitted to the Collier County Sheriff's Department of her vengeful attack. Detectives also found cuts on the farter's abdomen at the scene. So let that be a lesson. If you ever want to pass gas on somebody, just think about this story before you do it. Oh, goodness gracious. I just don't understand these people. All right, next we have an Ohio man has been sentenced after attempting to bribe an undercover officer with Sprite and chicken Alfredo. Now, I might be willing to take a bribe for some chicken Alfredo, because I do love me some chicken Alfredo. Sprite, not so much, even though I am drinking Sprite tonight. But yeah, so I wonder what the bribe was for, what he was trying to get out of. Who knows? We probably don't want to know. But yeah, I might take a bribe for some chicken Alfredo. Sounds pretty good right about now. All right, this is another one that I would probably get arrested for. So, a woman arrested 4 times in a little over 24 hours for playing Highway to Hell too loud. And if you don't know, Highway to Hell is a song by the fantastic rock metal group AC/DC, which is one of my favorite bands. So a New Hampshire woman was arrested 4 times in 26 hours for playing Highway to Hell by AC/DC too loudly. Joyce Coffey got into trouble from the police for blasting the AC/DC song and other loud music from her phone or from her home. Police first issued a warning to the Epping local on Tuesday afternoon, according to authorities, and an hour later they arrested her for it. So I have been guilty of playing loud music more than once. Never been arrested for it. Never even got a warning for it for playing it loud in my vehicle. Or I really don't have to worry about playing it too loud at my house because I live in the country and don't have any close neighbors to rat me out for playing loud music. So I play it as loudly as possible, as often as possible. That's how I relax. It's funny how listening to very loud rock and metal music can relax me. Seemed like it would do the opposite, but that's what relaxes me. Let me know if any of you out there how you relax, if loud music relaxes you or not. I'd love to know if I'm just weird that way or what. I mean, I know I'm weird anyway, but that's beside the point. All right, this one. And I'm going to have to probably get really close to the camera because this is really small writing here. But this poor Florida man turned himself in for killing his imaginary friend. So this comes from Jacksonville, Florida. Jeff Gaylord, 37, entered the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office earlier today, whenever I don't have a date for this, and turned himself in for killing his imaginary friend, Mr. Happy. So, I guess Mr. Happy wasn't too happy, or maybe the Florida man wasn't too happy with Mr. Happy. So Mr. Gaylord told officers that he had stabbed Mr. Happy repeatedly with a kitchen knife, cut up the body with a hatchet, and buried the victim in the backyard. So how do you cut up and bury an imaginary friend? That was my first of many questions I had. But so a remorseful Gaylord told officers that he wanted the death penalty for his crime. Oh, I might not have supposed to say he wanted the DP for his crime, preferably right now. So apparently he felt very, very remorseful for killing Mr. Happy, his little imaginary friend. And now let's see why he decided to get rid of Mr. Happy. He said he killed his imaginary friend of 7 years for multiple reasons. One is for being messy. He said his room was a mess all the time with his toys and his dolls. He left his empty vodka bottles all over the kitchen. He never picked up his empty cocaine baggies. And he left the toilet seat down when he used the bathroom. Seems reasonable to me. He messed up my apartment to the point where I just couldn't get it clean. Before Hap, I guess that's his nickname, Hap, started doing, okay, so apparently Mr. Happy was doing drugs and acting weird. He was my BFF. We'd go dancing. We'd play at the children's park equipment. We're both huge fans of doom metal. Okay, that explains a lot. And listen to it for hours with the lights turned off. Well, I just do not have any words for this. So he was playing doom metal loud. Maybe he could get a sale with the lady in the earlier slide that got arrested for playing AC/DC too loud. Maybe they could be cellmates. Who knows? But I think maybe something to do with all the empty vodka bottles laying around and the empty cocaine baggies. That might have had, in my opinion, a little bit of something to do with him killing his imaginary friend, Mr. Happy. But feel free to let me know what you guys think. But he does look very sad in his mugshot. I'd have a little sympathy for him, I guess. All right. Once again, from Florida. Perhaps this is one of the themes I was mentioning. Or not. Nothing against Florida. I've been to Florida a few times. Anyway, so a Florida man was arrested as he attempted to cash a $368 billion check to build an underwater restaurant. Well, first of all, apparently, this gentleman has never watched SpongeBob, or he would know that there's already an underwater restaurant, the Krusty Krab. So why didn't he just go to the Krusty Krab if he wanted an underwater restaurant? Or maybe he watched too much SpongeBob and he decided he wanted to build his own Krusty Krab. But anyway, so he thought he was gonna cash a check for $368 billion. Seems like a lot of money to build a restaurant, but then again, if it's underwater, who knows? I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. This is legitimate stuff that I found on Google search. It's just, sometimes I just have to shake my head. All right. Now I can relate to this one too. So police said a drunk man broke into a Pizza Hut and he fried him up some wings. And this comes from, surprisingly, not from Florida this time. It comes from St. Cloud, Minnesota. I have a brother who lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So St. Cloud police say an surprisingly intoxicated man broke into a Pizza Hut and attempted to fry up some boneless chicken wings. I can get into some boneless chicken wings. And years and years ago, I did actually work at a Pizza Hut for a while. But that was before they started doing the chicken wings, unfortunately, because I do love some chicken wings too. The boneless chicken wings, buffalo wings. Apparently he also threw some marinara sauce on the wall, which that should be a crime to waste marinara sauce. So Corey Michael Mogan, 21, of St. Cloud, was transported to the Stearns County Jail after police found him inside the Pizza Hut on the 100 block of 7th Avenue South, and he is being held on a possible third-degree burglary charge. So I think they should excuse him. Maybe he had the munchies, and he wanted some boneless wings to quench his cravings he had there, his munchies. Who knows? I don't know if that is legal, if the Mary Jane is legal in Minnesota or not. I don't think it is. I'll have to ask my brother. All right. Okay, so here's another one of the themes I was mentioning. West Virginia man charged with battery for farting on a cop. On a cop, no less. So, as if getting a DUI wasn't enough, a man arrested for driving under the influence got in a lot more trouble at the police station. Police stopped Jose Cruz on Route 60 in South Charleston Monday night for driving with his headlights off. Something as simple as that. Then he failed sobriety tests and was arrested. Not making light of that. Drunk driving is definitely not a good thing. So when police were trying to get fingerprints from Mr. Cruz, they said that he moved closer to the officer and he passed gas on him. The officer remarked in the criminal complaint that the odor was very strong. Maybe that has something to do with alcohol, because I guess you could get the alcohol farts. I don't know. It's been so long since I've drank any alcohol. I don't remember anymore. Back in my wilder, younger days. Although now, with my work, sometimes I think I need to partake in some alcohol every once in a while. All right, so we have another farting story, and I think we have some more of them too. All right, this one just cracked me up when I read it. Once again, from Florida, and I promise I do not just pick stories from Florida. These are just random things that pop up on the Google search. So, drunk Florida man tries to use a taco as an ID after his car catches fire at Taco Bell. So, surprisingly, tacos are not recognized as a legal form of identification in the state of Florida. And Matthew Faulkner found out the hard way after he passed out drunk in the drive-thru of a Jensen Beach Taco Bell, and his car caught on fire. Didn't say why the car caught on fire, but so the incident occurred in the early morning hours, according to the blog Off the Beat. He had apparently decided to make a late night, early morning taco run. Maybe he had the munchies too. Who knows? And passed out. Car caught on fire somehow, and I guess apparently when the cops showed up to investigate and ask for his identification, he handed them a taco. Seems legit to me. What do you guys think? Tacos sound really good too. It's really late. I guess I ate supper too early because all this food talk is making me hungry again. All right. Once again, we're back to flatulence. And once again, we're back to Florida. A Florida woman was arrested and charged with aggravated assault without intent to kill after she reportedly farted loudly in a dollar store, and then she pulled a knife on a man who complained about her loud flatulence. Well, I think that's kind of taking it a little to the extreme, but so just remember that anytime you want to need to pass gas in a public place, just remember somebody don't, or if you're ever around somebody who passes gas in public, don't say anything because you might get a knife pulled on you. And you never know, because I have been, and I'm sure most of some of you have too, been in a situation where you are in a public place and somebody close to you passes gas. I mean, how do you react? I just walk away before I start laughing. But you know, it's a natural thing that happens. So, but just apparently if you do it in public, don't do it too loud. Sorry, excuse me for drinking on camera. I know that's bad manners. Okay, so I might not even have to move past the headline of this one, and I'll have to kind of rephrase it. So, an Ohio man was arrested for having relations with an inflatable raft for the third time in 3 years. So apparently, once a year, he feels the need to have a little romance with the inflatable raft. So it says he must know something that we don't know. For the third time in 3 years, an Ohio man has been arrested for having relations with an inflatable pink raft. Edwin Toberta was taken into custody Wednesday after he was seen having simulated relations with a raft along a public road in Hamilton. Let me see. The 35-year-old seen wearing a t-shirt reading, "I'm out of my mind. Please leave a message." I need a shirt like that. So, I literally have no words for this. I'm sure you guys can come up with some words, so please leave comments. Just please keep it as clean as possible. We don't want to get flagged and get banned. But yeah, so apparently he was a little bit lonely. Maybe he couldn't afford one of the blow up dolls, so maybe he went to Walmart or somewhere and purchased a pink raft. All right, this is why I don't like to go out. This is why I don't like to go out of the house. That's why I'm a hermit unless I have to get out to go to work. Okay. Another recurring theme in these. Once again, we're back to a Taco Bell. So, in Ohio, man, there's a lot of stories from Ohio tonight, too. So, it's not just Florida tonight, it's Florida and Ohio. So, an Ohio man crashes his truck into the Taco Bell after his drive-through order is short by one 99-cent taco. People with these tacos. I mean, I enjoy tacos as much as the next person, but apparently these people are obsessed. So it says today's instance of drive-through rage comes from Huber Heights, Ohio, where a 23-year-old man allegedly crashed his truck into a Taco Bell after he did not get one of the tacos that he ordered, according to the police. Michael Smith was arrested early this morning for felony vandalism in connection with the bizarre 12:15 a.m., so a little bit after midnight, incident at the fast food restaurant. Smith, who you see pictured there in the mugshot, is being held in the Montgomery County Jail. Like I said, I like tacos as much as the next person, but I don't think I would. I'm not going to be arrested for not receiving one 99-cent taco. Excuse me. But so our recurring themes tonight, we've got tacos, we've got flatulence, we've got Ohio, we've got Florida. Go figure. Once again, Florida. So a Florida man bites neighbor's ear off over a cigarette. At least it's not a taco this time. A Florida man decided to go Mike Tyson on his neighbor's ear because he didn't give him a cigarette. According to Boca police, the victim had a chunk of his ear bitten off after he turned down the man who had asked for a smoke. A thin piece of cartilage kept the whole ear from being ripped from the man's head. Ew. Now, I used to smoke. I quit smoking. I vape occasionally now. Yeah, even when I smoked, I wasn't that. I mean, I would never bite somebody's ear off if they wouldn't loan me a smoke. I don't know. It may depend on how stressed I was, though. That would have a lot to do with it. All right. Once again, Florida man calls 911 over missing beer so many times that he gets arrested. Oh, so we have people getting arrested over tacos, over smoke, cigarettes, and beer. So apparently tacos, cigarettes, and beer, there is not a good combination. And I don't like beer, so I would never commit a crime over beer. So let's see if I can read what this says here. Carlos Bueno Mir first claims that his wife threw out his beer. Then he claims that a strange woman stole a few of his beers. But either way, cops told him the situation wasn't as dire as he thought. Well, I guess that depends on how much you like your beer. It's all relative. A Florida man has been arrested for repeatedly making false 911 calls complaining that his wife had thrown out his beer. Officers called out to his home in West Palm Beach, told and apparently intoxicated. So apparently all his beer wasn't thrown out or he would have been intoxicated. Carlos Bueno Mir that the situation really was not an emergency and not to call 911 again. But after they left, he phoned again, yelling at an operator that a woman had broken into 2 of his beers. I wonder if that meant broke into his home and stole 2 of his beers. Oh, goodness. And this is what. And I watch, I don't know if any of y'all watched, used to be called Live PD. It was on A&E, and then they took it off A&E. Now it's on, I think, Reel's channel. It's called On Patrol Live. Oh, if you've never watched it and you like police shows and stupid criminals, give it a watch sometime. Because they get called out all the time for stupid stuff just like this. And you can just tell. They would always remain professional about it, but you can just tell by the look on their faces and their demeanor that they're just like, really, we could be out solving, taking care of real crimes and real criminals, but no, we're called out here 25 times because you say someone threw your beer out. But anyway, I digress as usual. All right, let's see if we got any more. Nope, that was the last one. All right. So you see here, I have started a second channel because I am interested in things other than true crime, such as paranormals, mysteries, oddities, anything weird, wild, and wacky. So I decided to start a second channel to discuss stuff like that. It's a little bit looser format than this channel. This is usually a, of course, usually serious subject matter during the week. Now on Sundays when I do videos like this, it's a little bit, more fun. But anyway, so if you enjoy or find interest in, ghosts, aliens, UFOs, just any kind of weird mysteries and odd stuff, please do go check out my second channel. It's called, you can find it at Southern Gal Paranormal. Right now, I've only got one video up. Tomorrow, or today actually, because I'll be uploading this video on Sunday. I'm confusing myself. It's Saturday night right now. I will be uploading this tomorrow, and I will also upload the second video to Southern Gal Paranormal, which is going to be about Robert the Cursed Doll. So anyway, I encourage you, like I said, if you're interested in that, go check it out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you found it interesting, informative, entertaining. Like it, share it, comment on it. If you have any friends or families you think might appreciate this weird crimes and dumb criminals, share it with them. And so today is Sunday, so Monday, I will be back with Missing Person Monday. I don't know if I'll do a Wednesday video yet. Friday, I will have the missing or cold case of the week. So until then, please take care of yourselves. Please be careful out there. Take care of each other. That's the most important thing we can do, is take care of each other so we can make it through this life safely all together. All right. So I will see you Monday. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.